Happy New Year and welcome to Budgets and Blossom. My name is Jen. I can't believe we finally made it to 2026 and I could not be more happy. This year is going to be the year that you take control of your finances and make them flourish. So when it comes to budgeting and your finances, there are no quick fixes. You got yourself into it and you are the one who's going to be able to get yourself out of it. So the thing that helped me start taking control of my finances was actually being aware of where my money was going. So I used a free budget tracker that is offered through Google Drive, just to help me start being aware of where my money was going, because I think we've all gotten there where we swipe, swipe, swipe all month long, only to start scrambling to find the rent or mortgage payment. And I don't want that to be the case for you anymore. And I know that you don't want that to be the case for you anymore either. And I'm telling you, I have faith in you. I know that you can do this. But the only way to get there is to take it nice and slow. Because if you try to rush the process and just be like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to spend any money, it's going to make you tired really quick, because you still need to be able to live even when you're trying to budget. So before you even create any kind of budget for yourself, I want you to start using a tracker. And like I said, this free tracker from Google is a perfect one just to get you going so that you can understand where your money's going and understand your finances. And then from there, we can start taking steps to create a budget for ourselves and live within our means. And so we're going to take this step by step throughout the month of January so that we can all be in a really good place come February 1st to get our finances in order. So I'm going to show you guys how I got where I am here on the Google Drive. So let's see. Okay. So if you are in your Google Drive, you click on this little, let's see. So you'd go to Drive and then it takes you here. And then you can click on New. And then go down to Google Sheets and highlight this little triangle thingy here and click From a Template. And then so Google has a bunch of templates in here that you can start for all kinds of different things. Feel free to look at those, but the one we're going to be working with today is the one that is the monthly budget. So you can go ahead and click on that, and that will take you to a form that looks just like this. And it lets you, so it gives you a little bit of instruction here on what to do with the form. It says set your starting balance in cell L8, which is here. Then customize your categories and plan spending amounts in the income and expenses tables below, which are here. As you enter data in the transactions tab, which would be this tab here, takes you to a different page. The sheet will automatically update to show a summary of your spending for the month. And so, like I said, this is a great tool because it allows you to break down the individual transactions for expenses and income. And then it gives you the overall monthly summary here. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of how you get this set up. So this is where you would enter the starting balance for your bank account. You know, for us, if we're starting this today, it's January 1st. So we would pull up our bank account or our bank statement online and type in whatever that balance is that we are starting with today. So let's say it is $504.13. And it does go ahead and round that for you. And they had already had some little things input here. So let's just go ahead and zero that out. And actually, okay, that was the budgeted category. I'm going to go over here, transactions, and I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these just so that we're starting off fresh here. Okay, so then you can see that actually changed everything, and so now we're all zeroed out. So it shows our starting balance in our bank account is $554, which is what we input here, and our ending balance is also that. So these categories are just ones that they have to kind of help you get situated. What I like to do is I like to change them. They had also put here a planned amount for a paycheck. So let me zero that one out as well. So you can organize these however you want. I like to start with like my big ticket items at the top, and then I kind of work my way down from there. So let's go ahead and add mortgage, utilities, and I'm going to go ahead and group utilities as a whole. So I don't need to break out electric and all that because I kind of want an overview of what utilities in general are costing me, and you'll see how on the transactions page, how it will all work out. So let's see. So now let's say like groceries, maybe eating out. And you can classify these categories however you want. You can get as nitty gritty as you want, or you can leave it kind of as vague as you'd like. As long as you're starting to take a look at your finances and track, that's what's most important. So they don't actually give you very many lines for your categories here for your expenses. And for me personally, I don't think it is enough. So I like to add a few more. So I go down below where the income categories end here, and then I grab a few lines like this, just highlight them here, this column, right click on it, and I go insert rows above. It's going to give you a message that says you're trying to edit part of the sheet that shouldn't be changed accidentally. Edit anyways, and I'm going to say okay. It's going to input a bunch of empty boxes. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to highlight this area here. And then I'm just going to drag that down. It's going to give me another heads up. You're trying to edit part of the sheet that shouldn't be changed accidentally. Edit anyways. Okay. And by doing that, what I just did was it actually copied the line above, and it's actually copying the formulas that go with it. So as you change these, so if I said like expense 1, I'm just going to put things in here. Expense 2. Expense 3, and so on. It will adjust. You do want to make sure that you don't leave any that are the same. So I'm just going to go ahead. Let me go ahead and just do a. Okay, just so that we don't have anything the same in there. Because what's going to happen is this is where the information is going to carry over. So this column here and this column here, these are your planned items. So I'm actually going to tell you to leave those columns alone for now because I don't even want you to even be budgeting right now. I just want you to track your expenses because before you can actually budget, you need to know where your money's going. So this is going to be a baby step to get you to understand where your money's going, to get in the habit of tracking your finances so that you could know and understand where your money goes. Okay, so what we're going to do is now we're going to go to transactions. So say today you went out to lunch and say you spent $12.54 and you went to Taco Bell. And so we are going to go ahead and classify that. It's going to see this is in this category column. That's bringing over all of those expense categories that you had labeled there. So we had an eating out category. So we're going to go ahead and categorize it as that. And so this is what you're going to do all month long for any transactions you have. And I would say even you should be doing this, even if it's something that's going on a credit card and not actually going to your bank account. I think that you should track the expenses themselves on here. So instead of just saying like, oh, okay, I'm paying, my American Express card $2,500, I want to actually know what each of those items that were $2,500 actually are. So keep track of all of your expenses for the month and also any income that you have coming in. So let's go ahead and add a few more just so you can see how this is going to go. And I'm so proud of myself that I'm writing 2026 on here because it usually takes me like 3 months in the year to get used to writing the New Year's date. Let's just say we can go ahead and there. And let's see. Let's go ahead and just say we moved on to tomorrow, and tomorrow we paid $115 to the gas company. And so that one we will categorize as utilities. And let's just say we got paid, and so we can just put paycheck here. You can put your employer's name. You can put your name or your spouse's name, and then classify it here as paycheck. And just because we didn't go over it, you could also change these categories here if you wanted to change any of your income categories as well. Maybe you have some child support that comes in, or maybe tax refunds, or maybe you get tip money or something. You can go ahead and track each category however you want. So we went ahead and entered that. So now we have a few transactions. Let's go over to our summary page. So it is actually going to show us now that we have paid, because this is the actual column. This is what we've actually received. And we're going to see this difference here because we did not assign a budgeted amount. Okay. So once we fix this in the future, maybe next month we start trying to add a little bit of a budgeting in there, since we now have some figures that we can work with. So then we can kind of see like a planned versus actual and the difference kind of thing. But for now, we're just going to keep track of our actuals, which are on the transaction page, and it summarizes it all over here. And this will be the way that you start to look at your finances. So I did go ahead and pull over a few of mine just so we can kind of go over how I started. And it was not perfect at the beginning at all. So, I just input everything, for the month, did the best that I could. That's all I ask, is that you do the best you could. Do not beat yourself up if you miss a few transactions, if something isn't adding up right. The more you do this, the more you will understand your finances and understand the process of tracking your spending, and you will get more and more used to it. It can be confusing, and it can be a lot. But just be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace. You guys, this is my January one that I did. I did not put anything in the budget. I didn't budget anything when I started this. I just started entering, and then I think that I don't think I pulled February up, but let's see. You can see further in the year, I did have I did go in and input my budgeted amounts as we went through the year. So this is something that you can build on. You can build your skills as you go. You don't have to beat yourself up, but this is the way that you start to understand your finances, and you're using a free tool so that you're not having to go into more debt while you're trying to get out of debt. The transformation in my finances just from starting something so simple. So I think for me, it was a combination of this with tracking this. And then I also had a form where I started looking at my net worth for the year. So that's something that we can go into on another video. But I just wanted to get you guys started here. So we're going to do these short little small videos every day in January. So please hit that like and subscribe button so you can follow along with me. We're going to take small baby steps. I do want to let you guys know that the road we are going with this is it's eventually going to get to the point where we are doing a zero-based budget and the cash stuffing method. So those are the methods that I will be using in 2026. I am new to both of those methods. It started here with this monthly budget, though, and it's something that I've been able to progress into, and I think it's going to be a great tool for me. So I will continue to share my financial journey with you guys and encourage you in your financial journey, because we all have the ability and the strength to take control of our finances, to live the best life that we can possibly live, and one that we are proud of, one that makes us reliant upon ourselves and nobody else. And I can't wait to see you guys back here next time, which will be tomorrow. So, once again, welcome to the new year. Congratulations on wanting to take control of your finances. I can't wait to be on this journey with you. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.